This next demonstration will show you how to detail your erection views. From the SDS2 main menu, we'll go down to the Process and Detailing section, and we will select Detail Erection Views. From this menu here, we're going to start detailing our erection views, and if you go to your drawings and look at your pack of drawings, your first drawing is your isometric drawing. Just shows the isometric view of your model. So for your material appearance, your member style, you want that to be on wire. Your options are stick, it'll just show a single line. Wire, it'll show the three-dimensional wire outline of the members. Solid is solid, and the remaining ones are pretty self-explanatory. Also stick plus the wire format, and stick plus solid. And manually, we're not going to cover, but you can manually go into each erection view, and if you want some of it to show up as solid, some to be wire, some to be stick, you can manually change each and then every individual item. So here we're going to use wire, and since this is an isometric view, we're not going to show any grid lines and all that other information. So we're going to ignore the rest of the information for now. So I'm going to hit OK. Go to ISO, highlight that one and only that one, and hit OK. And that generates that erection view. Go back to Detail Erection Views. Now we'll flip to your next sheet, S1, and that is showing our anchor bolt plan. So for our anchor bolt plan, for our member style, we're going to use wire again because it's showing the wire format outline of the base plates. If we leave it on stick, it would just show the column and it would not show the base plate. In our case, we want it to show the base plate. So we'll go on wire, and for our hidden lines, we'll have it remove them. The next item is erection view detailing options. Remove drawing annotations. Since this is the first time, we're not going to remove. There's nothing to remove. There's nothing created. But if you would want it to, anything the system creates, if you want it to remove it, you could say all system. If you created some, you could say all. Next item is annotate erection views. This one here we want to turn on. That is going to show the dimensions from grid to grid, and it's going to show the grid bubbles as we put them into the model. And then the next item that we want to make sure is on is dimension anchor bolt layout. That will give us our dimensions between our anchor bolts. And then the remaining information we're going to leave as is for right now. Again, all this information here, help menu, it'll tell you all the information you need to know about each checkbox and what that will do. So we'll hit OK. Our anchor bolt plan was our 100-foot zero elevation. We'll highlight that one, hit OK. And OK, and that one is done. Next we'll go on to your sheet S2, and we will detail your two framing plans, your floor framing plan and your roof framing plan. So we'll go back to Detail Erection Views. Now these two plans are in the stick format, so we'll leave member style as stick. And since it's in stick, there are no 3D lines, so that doesn't apply, but just leave it as is. For your member orientation indicators, this is a preference thing. If you want to leave them on, you can. I prefer in the plan views none. Then for the annotated erection views, we want to turn that back on. so it'll actually put on the grid bubbles again. And again, the first time we're detailing, so we don't have to worry about the removing anything. And from there, the rest of the information we will leave as it is. So we'll hit OK here. And we will select 112 and holding down your shift key or your control key, we'll select 112 and 124. We'll hit OK and OK. Next we'll go to our sheet S3 and we have two elevation views there. We'll go back to process detailing, detail erection views. And in this case here, these you want to show as wire. Again, it's shown in the wire format. And for 3D hidden line styles, you want that to be on dashed. Next, as we go down the items here, we'll go back to annotate erection views. And going back down through, the rest of these can stay as shown. One item here I'll point out, cross-section marks. As you are looking at your elevation view, the members that are in that plane are considered not non-cross-section marks. The members that are coming out of the screen or into the screen at you are considered cross sections. So as you can see on your plan, or your elevation view there on S3, the members say on that sloped roof coming in and out of the screen, I do not have them shown. So here, cross section marks show new piece marks and show new section sizes. Let's turn them off. If you had previously detailed your erection views and you wanted to redetail them, they would be considered, since it's the second time, they would be considered old. You could turn this to hide here and it would hide them then. Or when we get into the cleanup of the members, we can hide them there also. So hit OK here. And we're only going to do the erection elevation at grid line 1. So we'll hit OK. And OK here. Now what I want to do is demonstrate another option here. So let's go back into modeling. And I'm going to go into grid line 1 that we just detailed. And under your display options, your little TV icon here, if we open that up, you can see under miscellaneous scale 0.125. When you detail your erection views, this is the scale it is going to detail them at. And if you have SDS2 create the annotations, the grid lines, the preferred way to do it is to set your scale here to the correct scale that you want to have it show up on your page. So in our case here, I do not have the scales on the drawings, but we would like to have them at 0.375 scale. So in this case here, we've already generated this one, and it's at 0.125. So I'm going to cancel out of here, and then I'm going to open up grid line 2, go to my display options, and here I want you to change this to 0.375. And hit OK or apply, and OK. Then go to your save view as, and you're in view 2. We want to save it as 2 again. Hit OK. Replace yes. Then we'll exit out of modeling. go back to detail erection views, go to wire again, annotate erection views. Your cross section marks, will turn them off, and we'll hit OK, and then we'll detail number 2, erection view 2. We'll hit OK here. Now I'm going to take you into drawing editor. We haven't been in there yet, so we'll cover this more in depth here in a little bit. But if I go into my drawing editor, under my erection views, and I'm going to open up one, and you can see everything's pretty small, but if I edit my label here, it's at 0.5 or 5 for a character height. If I open up my 2 line, you can see everything's a lot bigger. I mean, it's at 0.375 scale. And again, if I edit my label, it's at 5 for character height. So now, when we clean this up and put on a sheet, as a quick reference, if you go back to your file, drawing data, you can see the scale here is 0.375, and it gives you an actual drawing size. So when you put this detail on your erection sheet, it's going to take up about 1'6" by 1'6" area. So on our sheets are going to be set up as a 24 by 36 sheet. So you should be able to fit 2 of them side by side, and that's how we have them on our plans. So now, for my demonstration here, we'll go back to grid line 1, which we detailed, and go to File, Drawing Data. You can see my drawing scale is 0.125. That's because in my model, that's what we had, 0.125. So if I want to change this erection view here, I can type in 0.375 here and hit OK. Now it's changed the drawing to 0.375, but now everything looks kind of, if I click on my label up here, it's still 5 for character height, which is correct, but my grid bubble scaled up. My dimensions don't scale up, they stay with the way I want them, but my bubble scaled up. So that's one thing that is affected if you do not have your scale correct at the start. So I'm going to go back here again. I'm not going to save that. Go back into 1 again. Go back to File, Drawing Data. Change this to 0.375. And back to there, not scaling anything up. I'm going to hit Save it. I'm going to exit out, go back into the model. And open up number 1. And you can see in my model it still says 0.125. So I'm going to change it to 0.375 here, hit OK, and then go save view, save as, hit OK for 1, replace yes, exit out of here, go back to detailing erection views. Again, we want to be on wire and dashed, and then here we want to remove drawing annotations. We want to remove the system ones and then click on annotate erection views. So it's going to remove the system ones that created and annotate them again. new section sizes will turn back off again. And we'll hit OK. Pick one. And OK. And OK. Now let's go back in the drawing editor quick. In my erection views, first I'll open up 2. Nothing's changed there. Then I'm going to go back and open up 1. And now this one is correct. You can see that if you go to your drawing data, it's 0.375. And if I edit one of my labels here, it's 5 for character height. And my grid bubbles look normal now. So again, critical that you set up your scale before you detail your erection views. If you do not and you go to put them on your sheet, it's going to look really, really small. And it's really important that you set your scale before you start adding information, labels, and such stuff on there, because if you scale it up, then it's not going to look correct. So now let's go back to, let's cancel out of here and out of the drawing editor, go back to detail erection views. Before we go back to detail erection views though, since we just discussed on the scale, let's go back into the model. Let's open up on your sheet S4. There's 2 more erection views. There's A. Let's open up A and change your scale here to 0.375 and OK. Save view as and OK. Replace yes. Then let's open up B and do the same thing. Now just as a double check, I'm going to go back to A, and you can see my scale stayed at 0.375. As long as we're in the model quick, let's go back to our plan views, 100, and change them. Save them. And the roof. Okay, so we changed all of them. Now if we go back to exit out here, go back to detailing erection views, and let's detail the last 2 elevation views on your sheet S4. So we're going to do wire and dashed, and first time we're going to detail these so we don't have to worry about removing anything. Annotate erection views. The cross section marks, turn them off again. And hit OK. And we'll detail A and B. And OK. And OK there. Then let's go to detail erection views. Let's go back to sheet S2, them are your two plan views. So them, we want to go back to stick. And for annotated erection views, we want that on. Remove drawing annotations. This is the second time we're going to detail it because we previously detailed that at the wrong scale. So we want to remove the system annotations and hit OK. Let's do 112 and 124 and hit OK. Now it's done. Now let's go back into drawing editor quick. Go to my erection views 112. Go to my drawing data. Oops, cancel out of here. File, drawing data. And you can see we changed it in the model. We saved it in the model at 0.375, but the drawing scale did not change. The reason for this is we previously detailed this erection view. So again, it's critical that you change it in the model before you detail it the first time. If you detail it the first time, you need to change your drawing scale in the drawing editor. So let's change it to 0.375 and hit OK. Again, it doesn't look correct here, but we'll save it. Let's open up 124, same thing there. I'm used to the previous version, so let's go back to drawing data. DD is your shortcut. 0.375, hit OK. Save it. Let's open up the anchorbolt plan. Hit DD on your keyboard to get that drawing data. 0.375. And OK, save. Now let's exit out of here. Go back to detail erection views. Let's do the S2 sheet again. The roof and floor framing plan. So stick, remove system annotations, annotate them, hit OK. 112 and 124, OK. And OK. Then let's go back to detail erection views. And let's go to your sheet S1, which was your anchor bolt plan again. That we want in wire. Remove hidden lines. Remove system annotations. Annotate them. And then anchor bolt plan again. Dimension anchor bolt layout. And hit OK. Select 100 foot 0. And OK. Now quick drawing editor. Erection views. We'll quick look at the anchor bolt plan. .375, it changed it. You can see your file. We'll cover this a little bit later, but you can see your previous next drawing type thing. Next drawing there. Next drawing. And so on. So now our erection views are to the right scale. And we have created all of our erection views. The next phase will be to clean up, going through the cleanup phase of it, and that will be covered later in another video.